Well, welcome to the Stone Roadie podcast. It's the one you don't want to miss. It stars Craig Reed, the Stone Roadie, and Griff, the rocket scientist. Let's not forget Kathy Godsey and all the old friends that come along. Lord, we'll be talking Skynyrd and leaving you with a song.
Podcast 102 action. All righty then. Looky here, looky here. It's the 102nd edition of the Stoned Roadie Show. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stoned Roadie, and this is my co-host, the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. And we're going to start this show off like we always do with when we get some donators. Well, we got a couple of donations last week. We haven't done a podcast here. We had that memorial service. So we had on the Rockin' for a Reason when we sent that money to the survivors, we sent everybody $1,000 from Rockin' for a Reason, and Gene decided to give his $1,000 to Mark Howard to contribute toward his leg. And Carter Clemens, he was a donator on round one, but he decided he gave $1,000 on round one, but he decided since Gene gave his $1,000 to Mark Howard that he wanted to give that $1,000 back to Gene, so he donated $1,000 here last week and gave that right to Gene. And then Mitch Scooby, our buddy Mitch Scooby, he sent in $250 last week, and James Cross, he sent in $100, and he kind of apologized, or not apologized or whatever, said he was sorry he could only send in $100. But man, James, $100 is a lot of money, you know. There's nothing to be ashamed about sending $100, and we wish everybody would just send in $10. Well, you know, we didn't start this to do donations, you know, and you know, we were just gonna, you know, try to thrive off subscriptions. But thank God for y'all that have contributed and donated, because our subscriptions are down on the Stone Roadie Show and our views and everything. I don't know why last month was a little bit down. We only made $57 in monetization on YouTube last month. But you know, we didn't start this to make money. Griff and I, we just kind of started this because there was so much confusion on Facebook as to some different stories as to what really happened, and people want me to write a book and straighten out the confusion. And I didn't really want to write a book, but I said I'd do a podcast and try to straighten out the confusion. And then, you know, it broke into the YouTube thing, and people thought we were going to make a whole bunch of money on YouTube doing this podcast, you know. But you know, I'm all set back because, you know, our subscriptions and our views are down. You know, I'm still going to do this and try to keep these stories straight. We just did that thing at the monument. Oh my God, the people that say they watch the Stone Roadie Show and watch every single episode, it was mind-blowing. I signed so many autographs. I signed shoes. I signed all kind of stuff. Griff was signing autographs. It was funny. We had a really good time out there, but we got a lot of film from that thing we did out there at the monument. And God, I'm getting lost here, Griff. We got so much to talk about. Why don't you go ahead? I'm just really confused right now as to what we're going to talk about here. So take it away.
Well, I've kind of got like a little leftover flu thing going on. I almost died the past 10 days, it felt like, but I'm back. I told Zach Lane, I said, Zach, you could have all of my guitars when I die, all my guitar equipment and amps and everything. And then I had to break him the bad news the other day that I'm going to live. So yeah, I still have a little funk going on, but I'm feeling much better. And thanks for all the well wishes. What's that jacket you got on there, Craig? Where'd you get that at?
Scott Smith sent me this 4 or 5 years ago when I was talking about my flight simulator. He sent me this. He got from the Blue Angels. So, and yeah, he was going to set me up with that flight simulator down there in Memphis when I was down there, and I actually stayed with him. And when I was going to try to pick up my car, we'll go into that here in a little bit. But yeah, I got this off of Scott Smith a few years ago from the Blue Angels. But yeah, I wore my pilot's outfit on podcast 100, and people were saying that I needed a fighter jet outfit. And I said, I got one. So I decided.
What's that
I was
say under
going to
behind
wear
your
it for
microphone?
Halloween, but you were kind of under the weather during Halloween. So
What?
so
Hey,
we
Craig,
didn't
Craig, what does that say there behind your microphone? What's that say? I'm trying to read it on your jacket.
Oh, it's Captain Craig Reed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it says USMC C-130. I used to build C-130s up at Lockheed Aeronautical in Marietta, Georgia. And those are pretty cool planes, man. They're still building them too, actually.
Yeah, I took this down to somebody and they sewed my name in. Sewed my name in it. They sewed my name in my Skull Racing jersey too. I had my name put in everything,
Well, hey, did you let's talk about how you blew your engine up on the way down to Gilsburg. What were you doing, man? Were you watching TV? I know you do 115 miles an hour in that
Oh,
car.
I don't think I went over 110, but yeah, I was cruising along. I didn't even know what state I was in. And all of a sudden, my car started downshifting, and I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was smoke flying out of the back. So I pulled over and called AAA. They towed me into Jackson, Mississippi, into Robinson Toyota. Yeah, that's a real cool place down there. I talked to Vince Worley. He's the assistant service manager down there. A real nice guy. And he set me up, and yeah, I got it in there, and I got a hotel room, and they called me the next morning and told me that I fried my engine. I needed a new engine or whatever. What I wanted to do, I said, yeah, just go ahead and put a new engine in it. So this was on Thursday, so they didn't get the engine until Tuesday, and then they had it in by Thursday. So the memorial service was on Friday, so I had to rent a car and go down to Mississippi, and then then my rented car got hit in the parking lot somewhere and got a dent put in it. So that was another. I didn't get a rental car insurance from the place down there. They just wanted to know my regular insurance. So yeah, so I have $1,000 deductible. So there's another 1,000. The new engine was about 9,000, and yeah,
Didn't a hose
that trip cost me about 15 grand with rental cars and
didn't a hose come off of the radiator or something? And
oh yeah, one of them radiator hoses failed somehow and leaked fluid, and yeah, them aluminum engines, man, they get hot, they're done.
Mm.
So, yeah, so that's all you can do.
Now you have a new engine, so
But
don't.
yeah, I had a good time down there. I went back to pick up my car, and the word got around that I was an old Skynyrd roadie, and when I got back in Yeah, I rented my car off of Steve. Yeah, he was a real cool guy, and I guess he talked to uh, um, the guy Ronnie. I think he was in the parts department, and Nick. We sat and talked a little bit out in the parking lot, and then some of the salesmen come up and ask me if do you really know those guys? And all those guys heard that I'd worked for Lynyrd Skynyrd. It was kind of funny how just that popular that band is. And while we're talking about that, I want to talk about a little bit about our new Stoned, Shelby. She's Griff kind of found Shelby down there at the monument site. She's real cool girl. She's only 25 years old. She actually drives a Shelby, and she's gonna be our new Stonette. She's been talking to automotive, and they've been figuring out how they're gonna add her somehow into the Stone Roadie show. So we'll see how that works out. Welcome, Shelby, to our new Stonette on the Stone Roadie show. So
yeah, it'll be something better to look at than me and Craig's ugly mugs and our old ugly mugs. You guys, maybe it'll bring the subscriptions up if you have something nicer to look at, because she's a pretty girl. I think she's about an inch taller than me even. But she's really cool, She's got a really great personality.
Real cool, yeah. We'll have to figure out why she's a Skynyrd fan, because she wasn't born till 20 years after the plane crash. So it just seems like there's a lot of the younger generation that were their grandparents or their parents or somebody. Well, there's still a lot of Skynyrd that's on the radio, but it seems like a lot of the younger generation are kind of getting attached to the old Lynyrd Skynyrd music as well. So
just like Zach Lane and Six Gun, those guys play all that Skynyrd music note for note, and there's a lot of people in the younger generation love Lynyrd Skynyrd. So, but hey, Craig, when you blew your engine up, I didn't want to get off that subject yet, because I was trying to figure out, didn't you see the temperature gauge go up, or what were you doing? Were you watching?
I can't see anymore. I got glaucoma. I can't see.
No wonder.
I can't hardly see those gauges.
It's probably too late by the time you smelled it,
I didn't smell anything. Like I said, the engine just started downshifting, and I went, "What the heck?" And I looked in the rearview mirror, and there's smoke coming out.
Yeah, Craig called me and he said, my engine blew up in my car. And I'm like, oh, damn. Hell, you could have bought an RV for what you spent. And we were going to bring that RV. You could have bought an RV for what you spent on that car.
Oh, well.
Anyway, and Craig made it down there just in time, because we had it set up to take him down to the crash site. And it was getting late when you pulled in. Remember, we snacked you right out of your car and put you in the gator.
Oh yeah, man. I was got right there, and I had to put on my going to the crash site outfit on. I got an outfit for everything. I had a special outfit ready to go back to the crash site, and it included my walking stick, which I'm glad that I had.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I would have busted my butt back there.
I got it all on video. Yeah, at the end of this podcast, I'll show Craig's trip out to the crash site where we got him right out of his car and loaded him into the gator.
That ain't no place to try to land a plane or try to walk out of, I'll tell you. I don't know how they wouldn't have found us. I mean, if that helicopter wouldn't have been just accidentally or whatever been back there, whoever was flying that helicopter, man.
Yeah,
there would have been some of us. I would have probably died. I'd have bled to death if they wouldn't have found me. And there'd be no way to find anybody back there. If that helicopter wouldn't have been back there in that searchlight, they wouldn't have never found us back there for days. It's crazy.
Well, whenever whenever we got in the gator, Craig had to actually take his cane because all the branches were coming in and hitting us in the face, and you had to stick that in front of you and block it.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
And then we got a drone to follow us out. We took a drone and followed us out there, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you'll see how far long of a drive it is out there. I mean, what's crazy is I didn't really know that the house where Artimus and Mark Howard or Mark Howard or Kenny Peden and Mark Frank, I'm sorry, walked to was right there at the monument site. That's right there, and James Hughes took me out to and showed me where the plane turned around, and I actually saw the pipeline, and it was like deja vu, man. I can still visualize looking out the window and seeing that pipeline, and when he took me out there, and I went, there it is, there's the pipeline, you know.
How far away was the pipeline from the actual monument? Because I never saw the pipeline.
Well, I was standing, that picture I put up on Facebook, I was standing in the pipeline, and James, if we would have stayed in the pipeline and landed there, me and James even said, I don't know why they just didn't land it in that pipeline. And both of us said they tried to save the plane, and they tried to make it in a field over to the left, and I'm pointing to the field. Somewhere over there is where we crashed. But we should have headed down the pipeline, but we turned and went that way, and that's where we crashed. Yeah, we could have slid it in that pipeline,
Yeah, they must have been
pretty
save
crazy.
The plane.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that the monument, if the plane would have continued, we'd have basically flew right over the monument, where the monument is. It was right on the way.
Then when we got out there in the gator, and then it died, and we had to get a chain to pull us out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It was I was talking about all Murphy's Law. when the gator broke down, and I was talking about Murphy's Law. Oh yeah, and then they hooked up the cable, the snatch cable to the gable. I goes, that's gonna snap and come back and hit us in the face. And that thing, as soon as it hit the first little bump, it snapped.
Yeah, we knew it was going to do it, and we were sitting there watching them rig it up, and we're thinking, okay, we're going to get killed right here.
Oh, I had my cane in front of me, so when that thing snapped, it wouldn't hit me in the face.
Yeah, and then I lost my glasses back there in the woods, and these are my spare pair right here, and I've had those glasses for like 30 years, and those are my rocket scientist glasses, and now they're laying out there in the crash site somewhere. So if anybody sees them, those are mine. But we made it. I got a lot of video footage. So we're going to have like about 3 or 4 shows of video footage from that monument. It's going to be pretty cool. At the tail end of this podcast, you'll get to see Craig going out to the crash site in the gator, and the drone filming it all from the air. It's a really cool video. So you guys stay tuned for the end of the podcast, and don't miss that footage. And then next 2 or 3 podcasts, we'll show some stuff that happened at the monument, and there's some music bands and things that played. It was pretty good.
So what else are we going to talk about, Griff? Maybe we should just go ahead. How much video footage we got? I'm kind of lost here.
Yeah, it's probably about 20 minutes, I think. 20 minutes of video footage.
Oh, we got anything else to talk about on?
Well, we could talk about the stink about the statue house.
Oh, okay, yeah, we can go on with that. I know people are wanting to. I've had a lot of people wanting to see that video footage. I know they're wanting us to quit jibber jabbering and show that video footage. But yeah, we can talk about that stink out there.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything wrong with that, with the stone that they had out there. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Brandon, he visualized putting a statue out there, and I would love to see Ronnie's statue out there, but they just couldn't come up with the money. I mean, if people don't like the monument stone the way it is, we need to come up with a way to do it right.
Well, I think what happened was the guy, that was a hand drawing, and it's not like a picture, and all the rest of those carvings out there on those stones are all from a picture. And this is a hand drawn replica of Ronnie Van Zant. It's not an actual picture. So, there's a little bit of like his eyes and his mouth are kind of like look a little funny. And I think that was probably actually from the drawing. It's hard to get exact detail, but the monument is going to fix it, and they're going to change it, and there's going to be a new carving out there. But the whole thing is, everybody really put in a lot of work on that, and the guy that drew it did a great job. But I think when they transferred it to the granite, it didn't turn out exactly the way people thought it would. So expect a new carving out there, because there was a big stink on Facebook. People were complaining that it didn't look right, and Ronnie's mouth and his eyes, and maybe Ronnie didn't like it, and that's what I caught that flu. It was Ronnie's revenge. Maybe he was like, you shouldn't have let him do that. So that's maybe why I caught the funk. But yeah, but we had a great time out there, and got a lot of video of it, and we'll go ahead and show that if you want to go ahead and do that now, Craig.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm kind of lost here. We didn't take any notes, and my throat's a little messed up, and yours is a little messed up.
Yeah, you might be coming down with a funk too. You probably didn't get it from me, because the incubation period is about 3 to 7 days. So
I'm not thinking real clear. I don't know if it's my brain damage or what's wrong.
Brain fog. It's probably brain fog. Didn't you say it's harvest season for the weed? You've been sampling.
Yeah, it is harvest season for weed up here. Yeah, I got quite a few friends that are harvesting. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and end it and roll the tape, and then maybe next time we'll be a little more prepared, because I think both Craig.
Yeah, I don't even remember what we talked about before. I guess we'll have to watch this one back and then kind of recover what we missed. But we're going to get right to the meat and potatoes. We're going to show you the video that we're going to quit jibber jabbering and show you the dang video. Everybody's been going, what happened to the Stone Roadie show this week?
Yeah, I was down and out. I'm still funked out. I'm a little bit, yeah, but I feel a lot better now. Yeah, a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll the footage.
All right, let's do it. Yeah. Until the next time on the Stone Roadie show, may the good Lord take a liking to you, and we're out of here. See you later, alligator at the Wild Crocodile.
See you next time.
Don't forget, key in the pocket.
Okay, we got Craig getting ready to load up. We're going to take him to the crash site.
Yeah!
Just arrived.
Ready. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Wait a minute, you forgot your pouch.
Lord, if things go my way, I have a son of my own, left here to carry on. If I fail, no one could ever tell. If I'm wrong, I'll soon be gone. I heard my friends say life would treat him so bad, love was all they had. You know, all day long I sing sad songs about the blues and feel, things no doctor can heal. You know that's okay. Never, never change my ways. Maybe I am wrong, but I'll soon be gone.
Here we are. We arrived at the crash site. We have Craig Reed getting out, and son Chad is back in the back. We're going to videotape Craig walking to the site. What do you think about this, Craig?
Too much.
Too much, man?
I hate to walk out of here.
I know. You'd rather get carried on a stretcher?
No. I'd rather walk.
All right. And this is the site right here where the plane landed, and Craig is now walking on the ground where the plane came to rest.
You did this.
Right here.
Good, I'm so glad you made it. This is my friend Tammy and Bob.
Glad you made it.
Now we have Craig, and he's walking a path like he's walking out of here. This time on his own.
Drugs.
Oh, so you played hurt?
Yeah.
You weren't really knocked
I
out?
wasn't really hurt, no. Just because my ribs was broken, my head was smashed, they thought I was hurt. I think I do have brain damage, though.
This
Doctor said I did.
this is the route that is this. Do you think the route that that Artemis and Peden and Frank took, maybe? Latrell?
It should be close to it because we're right here on the four corners. There's the just
Come on in. It's only waist deep. We can make it. This way. I see light. I don't hear no hound dogs.
Where's the snake?
Where's the? I don't hear banjos. Man,
Oh shit, wait again.
look at this.
Come on up.
We're supposed to go in there. God.
Well, this is the other side.
It's really not dark enough yet.
Man.
This is the actual four corners where they would have put you in the back of the truck and hauled your ass to the hospital.
Right here?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
So you were laying flat the last time you were here.
Where's all these clamshells going? Oh, this is a creek.
Well, they just somebody ate oysters and threw the
Oh.
tails
Yeah.
up. Yeah, but this is the fence, the corner fence post, and this is where they brought the trucks in, the trucks and the ambulances or whatever came to
That's
pick.
where they brought him in?
Yeah, this is as close as you could get with a vehicle.
Wow.
So they had kind of like a preliminary triage over here.
was out here eating oysters?
So Latrell, they were probably coming from that direction right there, heading this way towards us,
Yeah.
with the people that came out of the plane, and then they brought them and staged them here in this area for the trucks to pick them up. Is that what happened?
From everything I understand,
Yeah.
that's how it happened. They came across and then were able to, assemble.
What do you think
some
about
sort of
that, Craig?
Huh.
Pretty crazy. Some crazy shit, man. Here you are. And
That's what I'd hate to crash a plane in here.
Yeah, and they had to be
I'd hate
careful.
to try to find it.
They had to be careful about bringing people through the creek because that's where they would have got all that mud and all that.
The Coast Guard wouldn't have had that helicopter. I don't think they'd have found it
Probably not.
in a few hours, maybe. a few days, couple days.
Probably would have been.
This is crazy.
Yes, pretty quiet.
So I was here once, huh?
Yeah, you were
I was
right here.
once before, right here.
Right
half a
here.
lifetime ago.
Unconscious. Huh. How about that? Wow. And it's all being documented on the Stone Roadie show,
Yep, on the Stone Roadie show.
starring Craig Reed, the Stone Roadie, and Griff, the rocket scientist.
All the skin formation you need
All
to
the
know.
skin information you all want to know on the Stone Roadie show. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails